Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. We're going to get a collective read for you this morning. Thanks for being here, everybody. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. What storyline would you like to share with the collective this morning, please? Alrighty then. All right. In the central energy for the collective, please, Spirit. We've got the Knight of Wands. Energetic and charming. He's coming in full of confidence. He's ready to go. Challenge position, please, Spirit. Challenge position for the collective. Seven of Wands. Taking the high ground, being battle ready, standing up for themselves. Being assertive in the subconscious, please, Spirit. Six of Pentacles. Generosity within the community. So they may be thinking they may be in like a protector role. They may be wanting to be in a protector role of the community. We're going to get some more clarification there. So, you know, because we have some foundational keepers that are being appointed now. It's like there's these nefarious ones, the antagonists, you know, they were talking about people being enterprised soon. So it would be like globally enterprised in regards to foundational security. In the recent past, please, Spirit. We'll just see if this is what this is about. Let's get some more clarification out here. In the recent past, please. We've got the Three of Wands. So there's some type of a successful opportunity. The sun is rising. The ships are coming in. Intentions and expectations, please, Spirit. You know, and this kind of reminds me like of that protector quality, right? They're standing there on the land and they're looking at all those boats out there and they're like, what you got going on there, homie? You know, checking them out and stuff. Intentions, expectations, please, Spirit. Justice. The law of cause and effect. Justice is being served. There's clarity and truth regarding what's been going on here. Last night, Spirit Divine was mentioned nihilism, which is it's like a delusional mindset that has kind of infected the realm here that we're all sharing. I was calling it misogyny and narcissist, but Spirit corrected and said that it's nihilism, which is I did a short video on it earlier this morning. In the near future, please, Spirit. King of Pentacles reversed. So we've got an extortionist here, a greedy, corrupt extortionist. Justice is happening. The lens is being looked through, please, Spirit. Whoa, holy moly, oh my goodness. We got a bunch of stuff popping out there, don't we? Popping off. Okay, well, first off, this one came out in the upright. So we've got a celebration. There's joy, merriment here. Queen of Wands reversed. So we've got an overbearing, catty woman. And then we've got Queen of Pentacles reversed. a jealous, chaotic, mean person. Well, what's going on there? We've got celebration. Holy heck, what's happening? Why are they celebrating? They're celebrating? We've got this upside down there, King of Pentacles, a greedy extortionist, a self-conscious, catty, overbearing Queen of Wands, and a jealous, chaotic, and mean Queen of Pentacles. We got celebration here. What's going on, Spirit? In the environment, please. Whoa. We've got the wheel turns. So we've got the wheel turning. This is a turning point on the destiny of this kind of crap, it looks like. All right. So, hopes and fears, please, Spirit. Hopes and fears. Ten of Swords. Utter betrayal. Utter defeat. Utter defeat. Utter betrayal. Rock bottom. And the outgoing energy, please, Spirit. We've got the Page of Swords. Somebody's energetic. They're coming forward. They're wanting to talk because they're feeling trapped. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got victory here. So you have a victory. You're very enthusiastic. You're coming into your new beginning here. Somebody was being deceitful and trying to cheat you because they didn't like what their offer was, what they have earned. They didn't like what they have earned for themselves, and so they wanted to take what you have earned. So they were being very, very mean, casting illusions over you, and now they're getting cut out. They're getting cut right the hell out because you're in this beautiful divine love where love exists, not nihilistic lust equals love kind of crap, but the true divine love. There's a new perspective here. It could be that there's a release of those which have been, skewing the perspective of love. So the lovers, the power of two, this duality, they're releasing that skewed perspective. And we've got the Most High here watching these new proposals, these new, hey, I love you. It's like, do you really? Or are you just lustful and wanting, stuff? Because love is here. Love is here to do some work. And, we can't have this hijacking, from people who don't actually believe in a purpose other than destruction. We've got protection here. So there is a Knight of Pentacles. Very protective, very patient. He could be bringing about a disaster. We've got a disaster because the King of Swords is here and the King of Cups. So they're bringing about a disaster to this nihilistic crap, right? Because they've got, oh, look, so the light is shining. So you've got the Temperance Angel here, the Empress, the divine energies of the Divine Mother. They're shining a light here on everything. And you've got the Chariot making travel plans. You're leaving, you're going. So there could be like a timeline shift, some sort of a thing, and somebody's having to find a new path because you're going home. You're going home. And they're taking direct action. There's direct action being taken, judgment regarding the oh my gosh, their days of them having luxurious life, it's over. Like their life, because they caused so many illusions for others, their days of luxury are coming to an end. It's over. Because they tried to destroy you for it. And it's like, look, man, all you had to do was love. All you had to do was love. And instead they chose destruction. What was that Spirit called it the other day? Flash with clash. Something like that. They chose flash with clash rather than harmony and love. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to use the same decks that I used last night because that turned out pretty interesting. So, okay, thank you, Spirit. Collective energy, please. Collective energy. So it looks like, you know, it's like those who believe in divine love versus those who don't think there's anything after death. It's nihilism, which is a form of, what do they call that? When you don't believe in a God, when you don't believe in God. Nihilists actually believe that there are many gods, but they don't matter. Like nothing matters. They think that feelings and emotion are a biological event, not a heartfelt spiritual encounter. So they shit all over it because they don't see the value in it. They don't have the vision or the heart to see the value in it. They must already be like cyborgs and stuff. I don't know, AI, whatever. So you got the Knight of Wands here. They're very energetic and charming, confident. Message of concern. Message of concern. Challenged by battle ready. Challenged by taking the high ground, being assertive. Maybe they're challenged by you taking the high ground. They're getting a message of concern. You've got the high ground. The message of concern is you've got the high ground. You're king or queen of that mountain there. You're standing up for yourself. We've got a mature man. We've got generosity, which means there's wealth and the opportunity to what? Share with the community, to give. Maybe they're upset that you are giving your wealth to the community, that you're sharing with the community. They wanted it all for themselves. They don't want you sharing your wealth. Journey. You're taking your generosity and you're going away. The generosity that they've been experiencing is going away. You're leaving. You're like, there's no, they don't get it anymore. They don't get to tap into it anymore. You've got foresight here. You know what's going on. You're looking at all those boats coming in and you're like, hey, and you know how people say my ship's coming in or whatever? You can see ahead. You can see, oh, coffin. Coffin. What is this? Somebody's opportunity is ending, has ended. This is in the recent past. Foresight. So there is foresight. You can see that this is a coffin. This is justice, the law of cause and effect. A lot of these nihilists, you know, they pre-transitioned a lot of people thinking that their life had no value other than the energy that they were embodying and the wealth that they had with them in that moment. They're very narrow-minded, very shallow, and cruel, and bitter. Thief. Justice is being served on the thief, the law of cause and effect. And it's like, you know, they're out there crying. They're out there crying, wanting somebody to save them. They're greedy. They're broke. They're an extortionist. They're corrupt. There's a change happening for that false person. Okay, they're a false person and they're experiencing a change. There's a celebration here. Okay, but you've also got the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Jealous, chaotic, mean, catty, overbearing. What's the celebration about, Spirit? for these feminines that are in the upside down. We've got a gift. There's a gift. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. This is a turning point in the destiny. Poverty. You're not experiencing poverty. You're not releasing what belongs to you. Somebody's in fear over an utter defeat. Everything is breaking down for them. Everything is breaking down for them. They've hit rock bottom regarding this sudden wealth. They tried to betray you for sudden wealth. They want to betray you for sudden wealth. We got poverty in the reverse. You're not experiencing poverty, so they want to betray you for your sudden wealth. You've got a Page of Swords here that's coming in, trying to talk fast because they're feeling trapped and they need your wealth. They need the merchandise belonging to the Earth Angels. Look, they need, we got main female here. They're feeling victimized by the main female and her lover in the house. So yeah, they're all screwed up because the marriage happened. The marriage is happening, or it's happening, and now they're feeling trapped because they could not keep them apart and they could not harvest the wealth belonging to them. So their expectation is that they're going to be going to court over this money that they've been, look, yeah, family room. The whole family is going to court for all the work that they did against the main male, this main female's spouse. Could be a whole community of people that had worked against them are facing imprisonment. And they're concerned because of your innocence. You were innocent. And it's provable. They wanted the pathway of this privileged lady and the great fortune that comes with it. She's high honor. Or maybe they looked into the future. This mature woman looked into the future. This mature woman here and the mature man, they were working against this main female and this main male, trying to get the fortune that belongs to them in the future because they wanted to be a wealthy man. They wanted to be an authority figure. And now they're in despair because you are in courtship and soon to be married. So this could be like a spiritual connection that will soon be solidified in an actual marriage. They're getting the message. They're in bad health and they can't stop thinking about this main female here. They tried to destroy, they're a bunch of nihilists, They're a bunch of greedy little nihilists, and they don't see love as a thing. They don't believe in it. They don't believe in the sanctity of marriage. They think that lust is just they think that love is lust, and it's just a biological chemical reaction within the body. They don't believe in spiritual union. They don't believe in the power of this connection with life. Because they don't really believe in life. They don't believe that it really exists, that it's all just a chemical reaction within the body, and then once the body is gone, then there's nothing left. That's what they believe. That's what Spirit told me last night when they were talking about nihilists. This is what we're up against. It makes it a little more clear. It's a delusional mindset. There's like something really wrong with that mindset. They've been completely disconnected from life. And I don't know if it's because they've embraced AI within their system, or if it's just that they are, really mentally incapacitated in some way. So we've got this Nine of Wands here. Trying to be charming. They've got a message of concern. Friend. A friend could have, maybe they got a message of concern regarding a friend, or a friend has brought forward a message of concern. The challenge is that you stood up for yourself regarding this mature man. You took the high ground. you're here. So, or maybe there is a message of concern that you, main female, main male, took the high ground. You're the king and queen of this hill, and you know, you stood up for yourself when it came to this mature man and that mature woman. So there's a message of concern. You know, they thought that they were going to get, you know, if they did what these people told them, if they served them, that they would get a piece of your pie. And they're in their subconscious, they know that your generosity is going away. You're taking it and you're leaving with it. They get to go, you know, earn it. They're a bunch of thieves. They don't believe in anything. They don't believe in love. The only thing they believe in is distraction. Yeah, and again, we got journey. We got journey times freaking 2 when it comes to your generosity. Like, both of you are out of there. You're just completely out of there. You're taking your generosity that you have been spilling into their world, this nihilistic world, and you're leaving. They don't get any part of it. They'll never get it back, Spirit said. Never give it back. You'll never give it back. They will never, ever get benefit of your sweet nature and your generosity again. So yeah, because you are successful. You have an opportunity for an adventure, and this is freaking over. It's over. And these people are going into the coffin. They're going into the coffin. You know, they believe in death. They don't believe in life. They don't believe that anything exists. They don't believe in spiritual connection to life because they don't believe in life. They believe life is just some substance to be harvested and used. They don't believe in the care of it or the nurturing of it or the being of it. Prison in the reverse. They weren't able to imprison you, and so now they're going into a coffin. It's like they're not getting prison time. There's no prison time. Like, they're not just going to go there and think about it. It's like, no, they're getting this coffin. It's like, no, you don't even get the opportunity to be in a jail cell. You're going directly into the coffin. You've had plenty of time to think about it already, and you made your choice. You don't believe in a higher power. You don't believe in the sanctity of marriage. You don't believe in love. You don't believe in respecting the life that supports your existence. So, the law of cause and effect. You thought that life was something to be destroyed and then harvested, and so that's what's happening to this thief. Okay, fine then. You get to go be harvested now. You get to be harvested. You get to be the commodity. Because they're not faithful, they're not loyal to anything or anyone. We got letter in the reverse. So they ignored the letter. They ignored the warning. They chose not to be faithful. They chose not to be loyal. They got despair in the reverse. Like, they can't get out of it. Like, this is despair, and they want to take themselves out, but they can't. They can't take themselves out. You know, in the Bible where it says you will wish that you could die, but you won't, they don't believe in an afterlife. They don't believe that something comes after this, and they're going to get what they believe. They won't be able to destroy themselves. And it could be because they are blended with AI, right? They're blended with this cyborg crap, so they just can't. They can't die. They can't go off into the spiritual world. The only way that they could possibly have that is to harvest the intellectual property belonging to organic, light-bearing people, and then use their mental body to create some form of utopia. It was all stolen intellectual property and creation. So they're greedy, they're an extortionist, they're corrupt. And this false person is experiencing a change. It's all changing for these false people. They came after a sweetheart. You're the key there, princess. Look, death again. Death again. The greedy extortionist, the corrupt person, false person is experiencing a change. There's death here. Death, coffin. It's like, no, you're not going to get prison. You're just going to death. You don't believe that there's life after death? Well, then guess what? I think they're just going to cease to be. Like, they're really going to get what they were expecting it to be because they didn't have faith. They didn't believe. They didn't want to be part of the life family. So there's a celebration here. Okay, you've got a catty, overbearing Queen of Wands reversed. You've got a jealous, chaotic, and mean Queen of Pentacles reversed. They're here regarding this gift. They ignored the messenger. Like the messenger came and said, or maybe the messenger came and said, hey, you know, we got this gift. They ignored the message. They didn't get the message. The gift, you are the gift. You are the gift, and you brought the message of love, of, you know, loyalty, of beauty, of this wonderful creative aspect coming straight from source divine. And all they wanted was the gift, right? They didn't want the message. They just wanted the gift. So they abused you and they took it. They harvested, and they ignored the message. They ignored the message. The gift came from somewhere, right? It didn't just come from in you. It came from source. And you came to share the gifts, and they just wanted to take the gifts. They didn't want the message of the gift. They didn't want to believe in the message that made the gift possible. They just wanted to extract the gift. So now we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got a turn in destiny. Like, you're no longer in poverty. You're not going to be experiencing poverty anymore. There's a wedding. They can't take it. You're united with your family divine. You know, there's a separation between those who believe in life and those who wish to destroy it. You know, those who believe in the Most High Creator God, Divine Mother, Divine Father, Source, and those who don't. Servant. Hope and fear. Somebody's been utterly defeated. They've hit rock bottom. Oh, their sudden wealth, this wealth, their wealth is burning up. Like, it's over. Their wealth is over. It's burning up. So we've got a Page of Swords here, wanting to talk. They really are all for talking. Hey, blah, 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 blah. They're feeling trapped. They're feeling helpless because the main female and the main male are here married in the house. They're lovers. Take it as it resonates. The house, like spiritually united is what I'm seeing this as. So the lovers are spiritually united and energetically bound. And bound, I don't mean like in the nihilistic manner of contractual agreements and, you know, siphoning of matter or energy or whatever. I mean connected in purpose with discipline, high values, equally yoked, of the same mind. So we've got a child, and there could even be a child, or they're innocent. They are innocent like a child. They are the gift. There could be a gift of a child, like they're going to be given a child for their faith. They will be starting a new family, a new Spirit called these nihilists a failed experiment. Yeah, again, wedding. So there is a wedding, a marriage, a wedding. And those who were lying on you, they just wanted your money. And they can't get out of their head about this reunion. You two have come together, and you love each other. You think it's fun. It's great. Like, and you're gonna have a good time. And these nihilists, I'm just gonna start calling them that since Spirit has labeled them that. These nihilists are, they're complaining that you're gonna have a life of luxury. And they're so mad, that this is yours. It came from you and your connection to divine source. It's flowing through you. It's not flowing through them. This is an enemy of hope. This is an enemy of, this is a soldier enemy trying to destroy the hope in you, the love in you. They wanted to crush you and take away your faith. And now they want to be consoled by you. Now they want the Most High to console them. It's a surprise. Everything that's coming up out of the water. Yeah, and they've been talking about the waters. Submerged, they said. There's something in the water. Something was submerged. And it's coming up, and people are talking about it. So there's something in the water that was submerged by these nihilists, and it's being exposed. Whatever was in the water, and remember what they've been doing to water? They've been putting their nuclear waste in the water, barrels of it. They've been disposing of it in the water. Why? What are they hiding? What are they trying to destroy that's in the water? If not the water itself, the water is alive. So these ones are in big trouble. You're steady. See, in your house, in your temple, you are steady. And you are a fortune. Like whatever is being, like your energy, your essence, your love, your peace, your inner balance, your inner fortitude, your resilience, your patience, your kindness, your mercy, all of that. You are a fortune walking on 2 feet. And this old woman is sick about it. She's sick about it. She could have been causing a lot of people. She wanted to cause you to be a widower. She wanted you to be a widower. She's sick over it. She might have lost her spouse. Haughty, arrogant, waiting. She wanted to become a young woman again. Yeah, she wanted your energy, and now she's sighing. She's all sighing because the sweetheart wife is being celebrated and is celebrating. And there's a child. She's going to be a mother. Oh, this scholar is sick over it. Sick over it. Sick and sad. Sick and sad. Because they considered you a foe and they wanted to sell you off to the merchant for profit. And now there's cheerfulness, right? The Lord is here with bringing happiness, because these pleasure seekers that have been playing in the room, in your mental body, look at this, priest. So they're sad. They've been playing with your mind, with your intellectual property, and they've been effing everything up, and now, for pleasure. They've been effing with your mind, in your room, in your mental body, thieving your ideas, your happiness, running scripts of negative self-talk and unworthiness through your mind. Now they're in sorrow. Now they're in sorrow because they lost, they couldn't destroy the love in you. And that's basically what it is. They wanted to destroy the love in you. Now these cards, I gotta do something with these cards here. I really love them. They're beautiful, but they're brand new. They need to be broken in. So we've got a Knight of Wands here. You know, they got a message of concern. We got a friend bringing a message of concern. Enlightenment in the reverse. They're not enlightened. They didn't know the truth. They didn't have the truth. They're challenged because what? They were fighting with this for. They were fighting for this mature man. They were in service to this mature man. They were bringing about battle. It could be that they're challenged that you are the king and queen of that high heel, and they were in service to this mature man. They did not have the truth. They did not have the truth regarding what they were fighting for, what was actually going on. They had been lied to. Yeah, they were in service to this mature man and that mature woman. They were just evil little nihilists wanting to destroy people for money. They didn't want enlightenment. They didn't want spiritual connection. They don't believe in a higher source. They don't believe in the higher source that provides the goodness in this realm. They didn't believe in the gifts that were given. And now it's all going away. They will never get it back. They will have to go learn how to become that if they want to enjoy it. They're never getting it back. Positive outlook. They're challenged by your positive outlook. They're challenged because you stood up for yourself when it came to this mature man. You stood up for yourself. And you remained positive. You didn't get militant. You didn't get all boom, 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 boom. You didn't do that. Your positive outlook, your faith in the divine, your connection with source drew you through. And all you had to do is be patient and maintain the inner balance and the faith that this was going to come into an alignment and work out some way. And it has. And, you know, and now all of that generosity that they had been experiencing from you is going away. It's going away. So the main female and the main male, they're taking their stuff and they're leaving. You don't ever, and they'll never get it back. They will never, ever, ever get it back. Spirit Divine said it twice. Never give it back. You'll never give it back. These nihilists will never, ever obtain the goodness of you or source again. The Most High God said, that's enough. You will not be abusing these people anymore for the gifts that I gave them to share with you. You know, they could have become this, but they ignored the message of the gift, which is you, the light-bearing star and sun. They didn't pay attention to the love and the connection in you that made this gift possible. They wanted to destroy you. Empowerment. You are empowered. So the generosity that you were sharing with the community is going away. It's leaving. You have been empowered. And I've heard these ones complaining that, you know, the more light that is poured into the family of Christ, if you will, the light bearing, the sun, those who embody the essence of the sun is how I like to say it. Those are family to the Most High, who is this gift, this beautiful, shining, golden gift. It's what you are. It's simply what you are. And you came here with the sharing it, letting them know how it's done, you know, how you are it, how you become it, and they ignored the message. They're like, we don't want to become it. We just want to siphon you forever. And so now their adventure has come to an end. They're in a coffin and they don't get the opportunity for prison. It's like, no. The time for them being nurtured by you is over. They don't get it anymore because they were brutalizing you. It could be that they couldn't imprison you. They could not imprison you. So they lose it. Justice, the law of cause and effect for this thief. For this thief. They don't have faith. They ignored the letter. They're in despair, but they can't take themselves out. They can't ignore it. It's like you will wish you could die, but you won't be able to, is what the Christ said, I believe, in the Bible. I mean, there's something like that. In those final days, you will wish you could die, but you won't be able to. Yeah, they're in despair, but they can't take themselves out. Because they just can't. You know, they wanted to live forever in the bodies that they manufactured for themselves with this AI system. And so apparently it's what they're going to get. They have achieved their goals, and so have you. They're going to get exactly what they thought it was. And so will you. You will get exactly what you thought it was. You know, love, harmony. And so we've got a greedy, toxic, extortionist, false person who's experiencing a change. There is death. Like everything that they have experienced and everything they've been enjoying is over. The time for them being nurtured by you is over. You've got your empowerment here. And it's like, you know, the Spirit Divine said that the family is being electrified. And I take that to mean you're being brought back to life. Like every ounce of energy that they stole from you, you know, they brought you into a sick state, right? By siphoning your essence. It's all coming back to you because these false people have been wearing your energy. And so as they transition out of here, that energy is going back to the family, back to the ones who it belongs to. Embrace. They're going to be embraced by the kiss of death. They're going to be embraced by death. Since death is what they worship, that is what is going to be embracing them and holding them. This state of death. So they're going to go to the realm of death because that's what they worship. And you will go on to the realm of life because that's what you are. So there's a celebration here. There's a celebration here. There's merriment and joy. These overbearing, catty, jealous, chaotic, and mean queens reversed. They ignored the messenger. The gift. You were the gift of light. You were the gift of abundance. You were the gift of love and tolerance. You were the one who holds harmony and balance within yourself. And all they did was their best to destroy it. And so now they have to accept openness. Like everything is out. Everything has been revealed. They have to accept the truth. The truth is that they ignored the messenger. They ignored the gift. They tried to destroy the gift. The one that was brought here to make their life better. They tried to destroy it. They did their very best. For centuries, they said, they bragged about it to me, that the light, the Christ bloodlines were empowering their illusion for thousands of years. They thought themselves gods of this realm because they could brutalize the purity, the innocence, the love. So this is the end. It's a turning point. We've got poverty in the reverse and servant. What's this going on? Poverty in the reverse and servant. What's going on with this, Spirit? Whoa, okay. that's half the deck. Alrighty then. Poverty in the reverse and servant. What's going on? This is a change. Like there's not going to be any more poverty for you, the Lord's servant. You know, those who came here to spread the message of love and light, perhaps. What's going on in the environment, please, Spirit, regarding poverty, drive? So drive, we've got driver. These ones, you know, these nihilists, they were driving those with love, with the gift, with the source connection into traumatic ends. They were dumping their bad habitual patterns and their mental programs onto the organic life. They call it, they want you to be programmable. That's what the chips are that they have, these little nanobots in the mist, you know. So we've got an utter defeat. There's a betrayal here regarding sudden wealth. Somebody's experiencing a misfortune. They've hit rock bottom regarding sudden wealth. They couldn't cause poverty for you. This servant trying to drive you, they weren't able to cause you poverty, or they can't now. They can't take anything from you. This servant who is, now it's time for this servant to be driven. Like maybe they're going to be driven now by those very same energies that they were attacking you with. They're probably pissed off because they were probably, you know, these nihilists, they were working with the dead, you know, getting them to do their business. They were serving them. They were serving them. And they're mad now because, and I saw them, they were going to talk to this curator and they were mad. They said, you lied to us. And now they may be driven by these very same servants. You know, they believe in death, and so they thought that they could just use those who were dead, you know, or who they deemed dead, and say, you know, look, we'll give you the opportunity for existence, but you need to take these people out, right? It's betrayal. They've hit rock bottom. Their sudden wealth is a great misfortune. They're going to get a wealth. You know what they're going to get? They're going to get a wealth of misfortune. Their wealth is misfortune because they poured so much of it into the world, and this is what they believe in, and this is what their reward is. The other day, I heard some of these masculines say, we prayed for South Node. They prayed for it. And Spirit Divine said their intention will be their gift. And so their gift is misfortune because it's what they wanted for you. You were the gift, and they wanted you to suffer a grand misfortune. Well, if you suffer a misfortune, that means the gift goes a freaking way. And so guess what? Before they could destroy you, the divine stepped in and said, okay, well, that's your desire. Then we're just going to make it go away. You want it to go away? You want to destroy your gift? Then we're just going to take that gift right out of here. And you're going to get your wish. You're going to be without the gift. Because the gift is being empowered. The family with the light inside of them, they're being empowered. They're receiving an extra abundance. And every time one of these people go away, when they're embraced by death, the energy that they have stolen is going back to the family. Where it belongs. Fulfillment, delight. Misfortune. So, you know, they are in an utter defeat. Their sudden wealth is going to be a huge amount of misfortune. They delighted in it. And this is the fulfillment of their desire. They prayed for it. They delighted in it. And this is going to be their fulfillment. This is what brought them joy. And this is what they get to experience. They get to be driven now into a wealth of misfortune. Ten of Swords and this huge fiery, like everything is going to be chaos for them for a long, long time. And I don't know how long, but this is what they wanted. For those who were making their lives bearable, this is what they were doing to those who were making their lives bearable. And so now they get it, and they get it back. The law of cause and effect. They have achieved their goals. They have made source creator see very well their authentic and transparent motives and desires, and they are going to receive their gift. They won't be stealing yours. So now they're wanting to talk fast. They're feeling trapped because the main female, the main male are in a marriage in the house, lovers. The gift is there. There's a gift of a child. There's a wedding. So marriage, wedding, child, gift. Yeah, they ignored the messenger. They ignored the message that the gift of you, light-bearing star and sun, brought to this world. Their only desire was to destroy it, you know, because that's what a nihilist does. Whoa. Okay, beginnings. This is a new beginning. Okay, the main female and the main male are together here. We've got beginnings. We've got beginnings. You're taking your gifts and you're going away. I keep hoping I'm going to wake up in a different freaking world. Look, inner knowing and blessings, spiritual quest. So, you know, you are connected to Spirit Divine, the all that is, the light that brings forth life, whatever you want to call it, right? It's the blessing, and you embraced it. You know all about it. It's part of you. It's in you. You searched for it. And you've got this childlike expression, and so you've got a promise for the future. You know, you're not this brutalizer. You're out there, you know, sweet. And no matter how many hits you've taken, you remained so. So there's going to be an energetic movement. Relax. There's going to be an energetic shift. It could be a timeline adjustment, and it could be that this is the part of the empowerment that is happening when Spirit said that the family was being electrified. Like, you are getting this new energy, and there is an energetic shift happening within your temple, within your vessel, within your mind. So relax into it. You have divine support, because you have the capacity to love, and you made it part of your spiritual practice. So clear your energy, and it could be that you clear your energy frequently. Like, this could be steadfast. You're very loyal to your spiritual practices. You're very loyal to maintaining your energetic expression. You're very serious about the what you put into the realm energetically, emotionally. Look, reflection. You were their sustenance. You were the one who made it okay, and they did their best to destroy you. And it's like, okay, well, you want to destroy the sustenance, that which makes your life decent? Okay, you can have it. Now they got to surrender. They have to surrender and go heal. Okay, they need to undergo a personal transformation. You've got protection here. You've got protection from these ones. And now there's understanding. You see it, they see it, everybody sees it. Your determination has brought you a sense of belonging. You're determined to rejoin your family of light and love, right? And now you are guided to wholeness. Or maybe you will be the new guide to help these people get to wholeness. Take it as it resonates. You know, you were the gift and they tried to destroy the gift. And it's like, okay, you want to worship death? You want to worship death? You have embraced it. This is what the energy that they walk in. They tried to destroy every good thing in their life. And so now every good thing in their life is going away. They're going to get a whole lot of it. A whole lot of Ten of Swords. A whole lot. They're going to get a sudden wealth. A whole lot of it they're going to get. They're going to get their delight, right? They delighted. They took great delight in bringing this catastrophe to the gift. They ignored the message and they tried to destroy it, and so now it's going away. They wanted to destroy the gift. Okay, so now the gift is going away. It's simple. It's simple. It's not difficult to comprehend. You wanted to destroy the gift. Now the gift is going away. Just like you asked for. You asked for it. You prayed for it. The golden rule is not a golden joke. It never was. You should have known that in your soul. Woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. They were not enlightened about the woman. They were misled about the woman. They were misled about the woman that was being so kind and generous to them. You stood up for yourself. They're challenged. You stood up for yourself. You stood up to this mature man. And they're challenged because they were in service to this person. They're challenged by your positive outlook. The fact that you stood up. The fact that you didn't back down. The fact that you didn't let them stomp you into the ground. I mean, maybe they did, but they couldn't squash your spirit or kill the love inside of you. So freaking rude. They might have done something in November, but it came out in the reverse. So whatever it was, it failed. So you're taking your generosity that you've been sharing with this community of nihilists, and you're leaving. Times 2. You're being empowered to do so. You're out of there. You're out of there. They didn't want to care for the gift. They didn't want to ensure that the gift had the opportunity to continue supplying them with what it was they needed. They attempted to destroy it. They didn't want to nurture it. They wanted to destroy it. And so now the Most High God said, okay, I see here what you want, and you shall have it. We're taking the gift away from you now. And you will embrace the death that you have been worshiping. You will be embraced by death. Fly. A period of ill health and depression. And it came out in the reverse. So you are empowered and they can no longer bring you ill health or depression. It's over for them. Their opportunity to be nurtured by you is over. It's in the coffin because they could not imprison you. They could not trap you. Justice is being served here for the thief. Bread. Yeah. Period of prosperity and abundance. You were their bread. You were their bread. And it's over now. You were their bread. Drink the wine, eat the bread, eat the body of Christ. Life, life, life. The law of cause and effect is here for the thief. They don't have any faith. They ignored the message. They ignored the letter. They're in despair, and yet they can't get out of it. Cain, pay attention to your health. They have achieved what they have desired. They're not going to be able to die. They're not going to be able to escape this. They created this for themselves with their own belief pattern. Ear. And that's good news. The good news is that they embraced death, and so that is their reward. That was their intention. That's the energy that they believe in. They believe in death. They believe in bringing death to everything, and so they're going to get a huge abundance of it. There's a celebration here. Okay, what do we got here? We got a whole bunch of cards here. So we've got a celebration here. The overbearing, catty, jealous, and mean, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands reversed, ignored the messenger, the gift. We've got openness and acceptance. It's all clear. It's all very open. Everything is transparent. Everything is seen. We've got temptation. So they were tempted. And it's very clear. They had great pride. They have great pride. They were tempted. They thought that the star had was a guaranteed success, that all they had to do was capture it. And what they got is coins in the reverse, which is they're not receiving the money. They don't get the money. They thought that they could trap the star and that they could have it, but they were not able to trap the star. They're not getting the coins. The coins, their wealth, their sudden wealth is a whole bunch of misfortune. It's what they delighted in. They took great delight in it. And so that will be their fulfillment. That will be what they get. It's what they wanted. It's what they prayed for. So there's a turning point here. Archway. So there's a turning point here. We've got poverty in the reverse. See, they didn't want to be in poverty, and they wanted to take the abundance that belonged to this star, and they prayed for South Node for this star. So what they got here, they got it. They got it for themselves. They're not causing it for the star, but they do have a South Node. They have a South Node poverty here. They're a servant. They're a servant of somebody, and they're going to be driven, or they were driven, perhaps, or they will be driven now, because they got a whole sudden wealth here. They got sudden wealth, But it's a 10 of swords and a whole bunch of misfortune, because that's what they prayed for. So now they get to go be driven into that scenario, just like they were driving the stars and the suns into traumatic ends. That will be their experience now. Archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up. They will go experience the pathway that they chose for you. It's what they prayed for, to exist in the world, and they delighted in it, and now they're going to get the fulfillment of it for their own experience. So they're in fear here. They got, yeah, they completely, utterly betrayed you for money. December, they did something in December that they took great delight in, and they're going to experience the fulfillment of it. Whatever it was that they prayed for in December, it's this misfortune. They prayed for it. They're getting it. They're getting it. They're talking fast. I heard these nefarious nihilists talking this morning. Their interdimensional guide or whatever asked this curator if there was an agreement, if there was some kind of an agreement. And the fact of the matter is that they don't ever honor any of their agreements. You've seen it throughout history. They've never honored a treaty. They've never honored a contract. They've never honored a handshake or some verbal agreement of any kind whatsoever. It's always been sneaky, underhanded crap. There's no agreements here. They don't have permission to stay in your energy, because they've made it very, very clear, authentically and transparently, what they desire for your energy, for your experience. So now they're feeling helpless, because the main female and the main male came together in a marriage, in a wedding. We're having new beginnings here in the house. These lovers are coming together. They are the gift, and there's a child. So it could be that they're innocent, that they're seen as pure, and it could also be that they are the mother, father, in their many connections of the new cycle, this new beginning. We've just completed, according to the Nihilist, generation 4 human. And this is now, we're coming into generation 5. There was a reason why they wanted everybody injected with this CRISPR technology. They wanted to destroy the organic human and their light production, and they wanted to trap it with this stuff. So they wanted to trap it, and you apparently didn't go for it. You didn't fall into their trap. So the chair is filled. Somebody new is entering your life. So this marriage is taking place between the main female and the main male. This chair is going to be filled. Like, there may not have been anybody in your life for a very long time, but it is going to happen. It is happening. It will happen. So yeah, and on the bottom of the deck, we've got Dagger. These people are in fear and worried. There is a very tense situation for them right now. We've got Fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate, and there's both. We're looking at both sides of the pendulum right now. Some of these people, these nihilists, hate you so badly, but you know, the ones who actually have love in them love you equally as great. So there is a separation happening between those who love greatly and those who hate greatly. It's all happening. You know, they embraced the death energy, and they're getting it. This could be happening in April. I got April yesterday as well. So this is March. By April, it should be, delivered. Yeah, because the gavel has been struck. They got themselves involved with the law, and they want to get out of this situation. But your wish will be granted. The wish that you may be making this month, because you don't want to deal with these these greedy people who've been behaving stupidly. You're just done with it, because they're not goal oriented. They just wanted to target you. They just wanted to target you. the butterfly. And now they're not having a change for the better here. And they're saying that it was all a misunderstanding, but that is a fallacy. Is, you know, a fallacy for those who use their phallus as a weapon of war. They're a vulture. And I'll pull one more. This here. Oh, we're already over an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. I hope that this brings clarity to something you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.